All right. There ain't no. All right. Happy New Year. I'm just playing.
All right. Okay. So you gonna do this one by yourself, or you want me in there?
Just come say hi.
Okay.
All right. We will be quick because we just spent a lot of time on TikTok. So, TikTok Live. So, we'll be kind of quick. Not kind of. We will be. First and foremost, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, he ain't quiet. Y'all thought the last live we did, somebody made a very funny joke, haha, of telling my husband to blink twice and SEAL Team 6 will come and save him. Y'all just gotta understand this, and y'all will as y'all get to know me and as I get to know you. I am not Kendrick Lamar. I am not beat your ass and hide the Bible if God is watching. I am from the south side of heaven, okay? And we fight and then ask questions later. So y'all just be nice because it only costs you to be human to be nice, all right? Now, I'm gonna have my husband just talk a little bit about what the preliminary podcast was about. What happens in this house stays in this house. And this Sunday, we will post the post preliminary podcast of what happens in this house stays in this house. All right, I'll scoot over.
If you see me kind of moving a little bit, it's because our pet cat is here giving me some company. There he is, Luca. Basically, we're going to be talking about, we actually started talking about the idea of what's in this house stays in this house, which comes in different traditions of oppressed people, but it comes to African people because the idea was that the African community was under attack from the outside and slavery and segregation, other forms of oppression. And so you don't want to give the system any information that they could use against you. And so they've developed this idea that, we handle things internally so that we don't get exposed to external things. Well, that's fine if we're talking about family finances and personal information, but it's not fine if we're talking about violence and we're talking about molestation and we're talking about other kinds of things. Those are things that cannot always stay in the house. Those are things that cannot always be managed by the house. In fact, I say anything in the house that's going to destroy the house, that can't stay in the house because you got to deal with that to keep the house together. And that house could be a family, that house could be a church, the house could be a business, the house could be an institution. But we really have to get inside that idea of what happens in this house stays in this house, so that we make sure we're not telling people, for example, that if you're getting raped and you're a victim of domestic violence, you're a victim of child abuse, and just because that happens inside somebody's house and maybe inside the family, that we're all supposed to sit around like that didn't happen to you and not have any consequences and let that keep going in our families, when that's going to destroy individuals, it's going to destroy family, it's going to hurt a whole lot of people. And it really depresses me that people do that. I understand where that idea came from, but I'm not going to have murderers in my house. I don't know about you, but if we had a murderer sitting at the dinner table that was going to murder people in my family, they're not going to be allowed to stay in my house. Something's going to happen. We're going to have to take some legal process or personal process or something. But I can't let someone who's going to destroy the people in the house stay in the house without some consequences or without them changing their motive and their behavior. The same applies to rape, domestic violence, and we were particularly focused on child molestation. We can't have people molesting children in our house and our families and then having no consequences and acting like it's not occurring and then thinking that the family in the house is going to be well. People are not going to be well. Clearly, the perpetrators are not well, and those who are, protecting the perpetrators are not well. Those who are victimized by the perpetrator are not well. So we have to stop that practice, and we can't use the excuse that by protecting predators and people who engage in domestic violence that we're actually helping the community. That's just a lie. That's very untrue. And a lot of time what that really is a cover for our cowardice. We simply don't have the courage, the spiritual courage, the moral fortitude, the physical courage to confront people often that we're connected with, whether they're family or friends. We just don't have the courage. And because we don't have the courage, we don't have the willingness. I serve God, and God says he did not give us a spirit of fear. And so when I see sin and evil, I don't care where it is. I'm going to speak out against it if I know it to be sinful and evil and try to make things better. And certainly, if I'm going to do that in the world, I'm going to do that in my own family and other things. And we have to protect our children and our mothers and our, there's an African proverb that, if you train or you raise a mother, you raise a civilization. And they even say you can judge the quality of a civilization by how it treats its elderly, its mothers, and its children. So now if we're allowing our women to be victims of domestic violence and we're allowing our children to be molested or raped and we're doing nothing, it doesn't speak very highly of our civilization. And frankly, if that's the house, that's not a house I really want to be a part of. And it even scares me worse when you have the house sometimes is connected to a church or may be a church, and you have these incidences that involve domestic violence or child molestation or whatever, and you have a church, so-called, that goes into denial, or even worse, actually tells the people who are victimized and experiencing this horror that that's what God wants them to do, that they're supposed to suffer like that, that they can't say anything, that they can't stand up for their rights, they can't move around and get out of a position of danger. That's not godly. God doesn't want us to suffer. God doesn't want martyrs. That's a different conception of God than a God of justice and mercy. God says, "Don't touch my anointed." He warns about violating children in any way, shape, or form. So that's simply not godly. And a church or a religious official or anyone else should never ever be allowing the church to be used as a cover for that kind of evil and sinful behavior. So that's kind of what that whole broadcast has been about. And my spouse, Denisha, we did a more intensive discussion, kind of a reaction to the original lecture that I gave. And we're going to be doing more of that coming up very soon. So I'm sure she'll be back in a minute to take over the podcast. I'm from the old school. I don't know nothing about all this YouTube stuff and all the stuff that she has, but I admire the power of it to do good. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get a message of goodness and righteousness into the world, and really protect women and children and raise the spiritual moral character of our families and our community. And I hope that you will join with me and with her and with like-minded people as we seek to do that. And here she comes.
Hi, y'all. Oh, shit. I hope you have a great day for telling us the facts about God. Listen. They talking about you. Oh. He is speaking facts. He is speaking facts. Y'all see why I married him? I know. Soon as I came on, it said 4 people. Now it says 1. I think he's the star of the show. Y'all I ran in there to give my cat a quick haircut. I ain't gonna show him because it looked like I gave him a quick haircut. Happy New Year's, and thank y'all for coming. Please like and subscribe. I hope you did. And Sunday, we will be posting the What Happens in This House Stays in This House, and that is both of us. That will be both of us speaking a little bit more about my childhood. So that will answer some of your questions and how we as a community, as a Vibe Tribe, can start the process of exposing the disease of the invisible touch. All right. Do y'all have any questions for me? Happy New Year. Oh, Happy New Year's to you too. Happy New Year's to you too. I hope you stay a part of this, my Vibe Tribe. Happy New Year. All right. I think we are good. Any questions? All good? All right. Looks like they're good. All right. Again, we're here every every Wednesday, but we'll be here from most of the time sometimes it'll be me and him, but I'll be here every Wednesday Central Time. Like and subscribe so you can see updates of the time. I will be on TikTok every Wednesday live at 6 p.m. Central Time. All right, okay. Y'all have a happy New Year's. And I'm so happy y'all my vibe tribe. Okay.
All right.
Wait, it's still